guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been a long time since I've talked to you guys. I know it's only been, I think, a week since I've posted a video and a couple weeks since I've filmed a video, but honestly, it's been 2 years of me consistently posting videos on this channel, and I've really never taken time off except for, I think, like the holidays last year. So it felt so weird to take time off from filming and editing and uploading and just interacting with you guys. But I'm sure from the title of this video you guys can see that there has been a lot going on lately, a lot of changes, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about them and kind of explain what's been going on over here. It is November 1st. I cannot believe it is already November, you guys. This year, just life in general, has been absolutely flying by. I can't believe it. November to me means like Christmas is right around the corner. I just can't even fathom that Christmas is right around the corner. But let's go ahead and skip all of the small talk and dive right into why you guys are probably here. May of this year, I left the classroom, and whenever I made that decision, it was a decision without much thought about the future. I truly was just taking a risk. I left the classroom because I just knew I was so burnt out. I couldn't fathom going back into a full new school year in just a couple months after summer break. So I decided, you know what, we had a big move to St. Louis. I'm going to enjoy the move without stressing about finding a new teaching job. I'm blessed to have another income from social media, so I'm just going to rely on that income for now. And it has just been the craziest adventure. So fun. I've learned so much about myself. It's been about 6 months since I've made that decision. I never knew if I was going to be going back to the classroom or if that was going to be a permanent decision to step away from the classroom. And if that was the case, I had no idea what that would mean. Does that mean that I'm going to be working home forever? Does that mean I'm going into a completely different field? Does that mean I'm doing social media full time? I really didn't know. And for me, I can't really fathom the idea of forever. I feel like a lot of people get into a career and they're like, okay, this is what I will do forever. This is what I will do for the next 50 years. And for me, I just can't imagine doing one thing for the next 50 years. So I always knew just who I am. I'm going to be switching things up every year, every few years of my life, just to keep things interesting. I feel like that's what life's about. Never just stay in one place unless that one place you are truly content and happy in. And I really don't know how to say this any other way other than I am ready for something else. I'm ready for something new, a new adventure. And these past 6 months working from home, doing social media full time has been so fun, so rewarding in so many ways. And it has honestly been a time that I know I'll look back on and just be so grateful for, because I've gotten to spend a lot of time getting to know myself. I feel like there's so much more I could say, and I just can't gather my thoughts as to everything that I have come to realize over the last 6 months. And I'm sure I will, as I bring you along through this next step for me, I will explain that more in detail, just like my thought process about everything. But ultimately, I am easing my way back into the classroom. Ever since we moved to St. Louis, I've had my eye out for a lot of different really great schools, and I feel like over the last couple months I've just kind of had that itch to do something else with my time. I've loved staying home, working from home, but I feel like for me, I just was craving more. I wanted more, and I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to have somewhere to go during the day. I'm so grateful for my time at home these last 6 months, the break that I took, because it gave me the clarity that I really needed today to be able to move forward and get excited to potentially go back into the classroom. And I feel like now that I've seen both sides, if you guys watched my last video, I talked a lot about how the grass is always greener, and that is like the #1 thing I've taken away from leaving a 9-to-5 job and working from home. There are positives and negatives to everything, and I have so many people reaching out to me all the time saying, I would love to work from home full time and do exactly what you're doing. And while it was so great and there's so many positives to it, just remember the grass is always greener. While I was here working from home, I was jealous of people that were out going to work full time and had somewhere to be, and that was something that I didn't realize that I really wanted in my life, some sense of normalcy and routine. I am so excited to just start on a new journey, and for me that is looking into schools around St. Louis. There are so many wonderful schools around here. For privacy reasons, I won't be talking about the exact schools that I am applying to and interviewing at, just because in Columbia, I think majority of my followers found out the school that I was teaching at, and it just didn't make me feel safe. So for that reason, I won't be sharing the schools that I'm applying to, subbing at, or potentially teaching at. But just know there are so many great schools in the St. Louis area that I'm so excited to be working at. So I know you guys are like, okay, so what are you doing? So over the last couple weeks, I have been interviewing at so many different schools, and the reason I am doing that and not just choosing one school to interview at is because whenever I graduated from college way back in 2019, I was naive, I was young, I was eager. I took the first teaching job that I found, and although it was such a great learning experience, I look back and I wish that I would have weighed my options and wouldn't have jumped on the first opportunity, just because I think the main reason why teaching over the last couple of years burnt me out so bad and just overall wasn't a great experience for me was because of the environment that I was in. And those school environments I knew nothing about. I didn't do a lot of research. I just got offered a job. I took it because I was so excited. I was such a young teacher, and I just really don't want to make that same mistake again. I want to find a school that is right for me, because the number one thing I have realized in the last couple of years of teaching is that a positive school environment is everything. Supportive administration, supportive coworkers are everything. Who you work with every single day makes the biggest difference on how much you will enjoy going to work every day. And so I am being very picky this year whenever it comes to finding a school for me to potentially go back to, and that means interviewing a lot of schools. I am interviewing them as much as they're interviewing me. I am getting to know teachers who work at the schools, admin who work at the schools, what they're about, their missions, their values, everything that they stand by. And I'm really excited about that process, because when I first jumped into teaching, it wasn't the best experience for me, and I feel like that tainted it for me. I don't want to let those early years of teaching prevent me from ever stepping foot in a classroom again. I think over the last few months, what I've realized is that it's not fair. I was so excited to be a teacher. I loved teaching. I still love teaching. And I don't want just a couple bad experiences to prevent me from ever being able to be a teacher again. That thought just kind of makes me sad. Not to mention, whenever I started teaching in 2020 was the year of the pandemic. So I have only ever taught in the midst of a pandemic. I've never really experienced a normal school year, never really experienced a great classroom or school environment. So for me, I'm just really excited to find a school that I'm happy in. And I think my biggest advice to all new teachers watching my videos, veteran teachers watching my videos, is to not settle, because I have talked to so many of you, and so many of you have confided in me about your teaching experiences, and a lot of you have really inspired me and uplifted me and encouraged me to give teaching another chance, just because you guys have gone through the exact same thing as I have. So many of you have shared your stories with me about how you went through the same thing as me, of not having the best experience teaching, and you realized it was all about that school environment. And ever since you made that switch to a more positive, supportive school environment, your teaching experience has been so much better, and you can't imagine leaving. And so a lot of you guys, thank you for sharing your stories with me. You have inspired me to give teaching another chance and to go back. I will 100% still be documenting everything on YouTube. I will still be vlogging weekly. I will still be active on social media. This does not mean that I am saying I quit social media, I'm going back to teaching. Not at all. I have loved doing social media full time the past 6 months, and that is not at all the reason why I'm going back to teaching, because I'm like sick of social media. It's been so great, and I'm so blessed that I've had that opportunity to support me financially over the past 6 months that I took off of teaching, and I'm just ready to get into something new. And I hope that all makes sense. I know it's kind of hard to articulate because I'm still in the process of figuring out what I want, and these last 6 months have just been like full of up and downs, and I've been trying to take you guys along with me through all that and like express the highs and the lows of leaving the classroom, but it's been really hard to figure out up here, let alone try to verbalize it for thousands of other people. So I know some people will have some things to say, but overall I just want to thank you guys for being nothing but loving and supportive over these last few months of me taking a little bit of a transition period, just to reflect and figure out what I want to do. I posted over on Instagram, I said, man, your 20s is no joke. Like your mid to late 20s, I feel like it is one of the most rewarding and exciting times of your life, but also some of the hardest times of your life. And I know all of you 20-somethings watching can relate with me on that, trying to figure out who you are, what you want to be, what you want your future to look like. It's a lot. Some people make it seem like you're supposed to have it figured out overnight, but that's not the case. And if you're in the same boat where you're still trying to figure out exactly who you want to be, what you want to do, and it's taking a little bit longer than you thought, you are not alone. I am in this with you. So many other people are in this with you. Life is crazy, fun, exciting, just so many emotions every single day, but I love it, and I'm so excited to share this journey with you all. Sorry guys, my camera died, and I actually was just heading out the door. The reason I was kind of dressed nice was because I had an interview / campus tour today of a school, which I am really excited about. It's a school that I've had my eye on for a really long time and is really close to where I live. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on all of that. If you're wondering, Madison, what car are you in? I am in Kyle's car right now. If you guys don't follow me over on Instagram, and then you wouldn't know that my car got stolen a week and a half ago. I told the whole story over there, but long story short, I walked outside and my car was gone, like absent from where I parked it, and yeah, someone stole it. We live on a safe street and a safe neighborhood, but unfortunately there's bad people everywhere, and they came on our street, stole my car, and it has been such a long, stressful process just because they ended up finding my car right when I thought, basically my insurance, I do a full coverage, right when I thought they were about to give me money for a new car, they found my car, and it's in the process of getting like an estimate for the damages on it and everything like that. And yeah, we are just currently waiting to see if it's totaled, if I have to get a new car, or what that situation is. But yeah, I'll also be just like updating you guys over on Instagram of that whole process. But yeah, I'm currently out of car, so Kyle and I are sharing one car, which has been also stressful just because he works and I have been really busy the last week, so we've had to share his car. If you guys have ever had your car stolen, let me know. Help a girl out. What did you do? Like, what's the smart thing to do in that situation? I'm tempted to just get a new car just because the car that I had, it was a Hyundai, which those are getting stolen like left and right, and I really don't want to fix it all up just to keep it to get stolen again. So I'm planning on getting a new car, so leave your car recommendations down below if you guys love a specific car that you have, or a type of car, type of model, whatever car you like. Leave it in the comments below because I may be going car shopping soon. But yeah, that's just another update in this crazy life for me right now. So yeah, I am just kind of interviewing all over right now. I have had my eye out on a lot of different schools around here, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to apply to sub at a lot of the schools just so I can ease my way back into the classroom. I'm not rushing into anything. I actually got a few job offers and like interviews for full-time teaching positions already, but I don't, like I said, want to rush into anything. I don't want to take over a classroom mid-year again, unless it was like the perfect school, which is usually not the case for openings mid-year. And so I have actually declined some interviews, declined some job offers, just because I want to sub at schools to kind of get a feel for the school environment and just meet everybody and meet the students So yeah, I've actually been having just a really fun time just getting to tour all these schools, meet a ton of different people, meet so many teachers and talk to them about their experiences in the school that they're working at. And yeah, it's just opening my eyes to a lot that I was missing at the schools that I was at before, and I'm really excited just to try something new, be in a new area, and get to experience all these new schools. So yeah, that is what I'm doing right now, just interviewing and subbing. So I'm going to be vlogging my first day back in the classroom. I'm going to start subbing later this week, which I'm like excited and nervous about. I haven't subbed in so long, you guys. Like, it's been years, obviously, before I had my own classroom, but I'm really excited to sub just because you get to experience different grade levels, you get to meet so many different students. Obviously, it's a great way for me to connect with people in the building, meet a lot of people. I'm just excited to kind of ease my way back into the classroom. We'll definitely vlog that entire experience, so stay tuned for my next vlog. It'll probably be like my first day back in the classroom vlog, and I'm gonna be like full of nerves, but it'll also be really exciting. So yeah, that is the gist of what's going on with me and my life right now. It's been really crazy. Thanks for sticking around. I am about to run a couple errands. Actually, I have to run up to another school to drop off some paperwork. That's the number one thing I did not miss about like applying at schools, is all of the paperwork that is required, just background checks, all of that stuff. So I actually am about to make my way to another school to drop off some paperwork, and then I have a couple errands to run. To Target. Are we shocked? Probably not. I am here for very specific things though, and I'm going to try my best to not buy anything else. I do want to browse, just browse their Christmas decor. I'm not quite ready to decorate for Christmas yet, just because I know November 1st for some people that's when they start decorating for Christmas, but for me, I usually wait closer to Thanksgiving or even after Thanksgiving to set up the tree and all of that. But I am going to be taking down the fall decor probably around Thanksgiving time. So I'm here for two things, very weird specific things. I'm here to get a bin just so I can organize all of the fall decor. I really want to recycle all the decor and reuse it every single year. I don't want to just waste money every year going out and buying hundreds of dollars of worth of fall and winter decor. I want to reuse it. Of course, I know I'll always like add things as I go, but I'm going to buy a bin just so I can label it, organize it, keep it in our storage in our basement. And then another really random thing that I'm here to get is some weather stripping for our doors and windows, just because whenever we moved into this new house, we noticed a lot of like air leaks and just overall like drafts, which I never really knew was something that you had to pay attention to. I just assumed like doors and windows were sealed shut, but that's actually not the case. I didn't realize as a new homeowner how much money can actually be wasted by not properly sealing your home and leaking extra energy. Energy can easily leak out of your home through the smallest cracks along your windows and doors, or even your basement and attic. If you find bugs that are entering your home, or allergens or pollutants, you probably have an air leak that actually needs sealing. Air leakage can actually account for up to 40% of the energy you use to heat and cool your home, which is just crazy. Definitely don't want to be wasting all of that money that you're using to heat or cool your house by it just leaking out of your doors and windows. Luckily, it is super easy to seal your house. It really doesn't take that long at all. You can use caulk, foam, or weather stripping like we're using, and I'll kind of show you guys how we put it in. It was so easy. It took no time at all, really, just to peel and stick the weather strips where we had the air leaks in our doors and windows. It's funny because anytime that we do a project, my job is just to hand you things.
Do you like more dudes?
No. Oh, you're being such a good helper. I have a dinghy.
Now we're going to line the top of this up.